this is Amanda within the Kitchens. Happy Cinco de Mayo, boys and girls. We are here today to help make some Mexican recipes that you guys can make with your families to help celebrate the holiday. So we're going to be making a recipe today that is a corn, avocado, and tomato salad. So we're going to be using some fresh corn today as we get started. I'm going to show you the best way to get corn, fresh corn, off of the cob. And then we're going to saute this up as part of our corn salad today. So that's where we're going to start. So let me go ahead and grab what we need. So I'm going to use a skillet to cook our corn in. I'm going to use a bowl, which I just simply turned upside down like this so I can place my corn on top of it. Then I'm going to use a sharp knife, and I'm going to very carefully, with keeping my fingers back, go straight down the cob until the corn falls into the skillet. And then I'll turn my corn very carefully again, watching to make sure my fingers are back, and slide my knife down. Okay, we only need a cup of corn, so I am going to do 1 corn on the cob, and I believe that should make 1 cup, but we'll measure just to make certain. All right, my bowl, and we'll measure to make sure that this is about 1 cup. And sure enough, I think all these kernels are going to make up 1 cup. All right, so we are going to take this corn and we are going to put it in our skillet with a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon or so of olive oil, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat on and start cooking the corn. Now the best thing about this corn, as it starts to cook, it starts to smell like popcorn in your house. So that's one of my favorite ways to cook corn whenever I can. So we're gonna keep our eye on that. We're gonna make sure the temperature is on about a medium heat, and just we're waiting for the corn to kind of turn a golden brown color, okay? Let me give this a quick stir. All right, and I will keep my eyes and my ears on this to make sure that we don't burn our corn, but it's getting that nice golden brown color. All right, while that is cooking up, we have a couple of other things to prepare for our salad. Number 1, we need to dice up about a half a cup worth of tomatoes. So you can use grape tomatoes and just cut those in half or cut them into fourths. Or you can use what I'm using today, which is a Roma tomato. We are going to just dice those into small pieces. Again, making sure that we find that flat surface. Okay. If you can't use a sharp kitchen knife, boys and girls, by yourself at home yet, it's okay to use a butter knife. It might be a little bit harder to cut tomatoes, but if your parents can cut the tomato into strips and then you can just dice it into little pieces, we want about bite-sized pieces or so, okay? So, let's see. I'm going to use my cup again. I'm only going to put my tomatoes in here till I have about only halfway filled, so it's half of a cup. We do 1 more, half of my tomato. You can start to hear my corn sizzling in the background. Go check on that in just a second. Okay, the next step after we finish dicing our tomatoes, let's see, I have a little bit more than half a cup, so I took a little bit of them out, okay? We're actually just gonna put the tomatoes right in this bowl here for now. All right, next step we need to do is, let me check the corn first. Yeah. It's doing good. Okay, we'll let that keep cooking. All right, the next step is to take our avocado. We need to cut bite-sized pieces of avocado as well. So the best way to cut an avocado is, I think, to go lengthwise. So start where the stem was and go around your avocado that way, twist it, and open it. You're gonna see 1/2 has the seed in it. We don't need to worry about that side right now. We're gonna worry about this half. So what I would like you to do, you take your butter knife for this one, And we're just going to cut stripes or slices into our avocado. And then I turn it the other direction and I do slices or stripes the other way. Okay, and then take a regular old kitchen spoon and scoop your avocado out. And it will already be into bite-sized pieces for you. It's a very simple way to cut an avocado. All right. So we have our avocado ready and we have our tomatoes ready. The next step that we need to do is we are going to be working, since we're cutting already, let's go ahead and cut our cilantro. Cilantro is a great seasoning. A lot of Mexican foods have cilantro in it. And so what we need to do is we need to dice it up. So we're gonna go ahead and take, again, if you can use a sharp kitchen knife, that's probably the best way to do it, to dice up your cilantro. But another way, if you're a young chef and you haven't had a lot of experience in the kitchen, tearing is a great strategy to use when you're using herbs. So you can just tear them into small pieces as well instead of cutting. Okay, we're gonna need about 1/8 of a cup. So we don't need very much cilantro. So I'm probably pretty good with what I have here right now. Before I measure that, I'm going to check my corn. I can hear it sizzling. The other fun thing that this corn will do is, boys and girls, it will start to pop in the pan. You might be able to see one just pop. It's like popcorn. All right, we're getting there. Some of them are starting to turn a little golden brown, so I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. Oh, lots of popping. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my cilantro. This is 1/4 of a cup, boys and girls, so I'm going to use half of it, which is 1/8 of a cup. And we're going to fill only half of our 1/4, okay? And that's going to be, I believe, for our, let's see, yes, we have to put that into the salad dressing that we're going to make. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one into my jar because that's where I'm going to make my salad dressing. Okay, and this is going to be more for this salad. So we'll set this one to the side. Okay, we are doing good. We are almost done. Okay, next step we need to do is we need to juice our lime. Okay, so we know with juicing a lime, limes sometimes are tricky to juice, boys and girls. So we really have to work at getting those juices flowing in our lime. So I like to roll mine on the countertop, kind of get it nice and soft. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our lime and we are going to put it on our juicer and we are going to juice it. Another trick to get your lime a little bit more juicy is to put it in the microwave for about 10-15 seconds. And that seems to help sometimes get those juices to come out of your limes a little bit better. All right, we're going to actually save the rinds of the lime because we need to zest those today and get some lime zest. So today we're going to use only a 1/2 tablespoon of lime juice. So I think that that should be enough for 1/2 tablespoon. But let me first check our corn. Yep, it's getting nice and golden brown. So I'm actually going to turn the heat off now. I'm just going to let it set and kind of cool down by itself. All right, so we're going to add the 1/2 tablespoon of lime juice. About 1/2 tablespoon. And I always like to save the extra just in case later on when we make the salad and we put all the dressing on it, we decide we want a little bit more lime juice, we can always add it. Okay, we need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Make sure, remember that you measure all the way to the top of your tablespoon. All right, and then we need a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. When you're cooking with salt and pepper, it's always good to put a little less than you think you might need. And then you can always add more after at the end, okay? It's hard to take the salt out of your recipe, so it's better to start with a little less. I'm going to do 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, okay, instead of 1/4. So I did 1/2 teaspoon. All right, the last step. We don't want to forget we need our zester. Grab it really quickly. we are going to take the outside skin of the lime off of the rind. Again, we don't want the white portion of the rind of the lime. We want just the green. Okay, and that's what gives it that limey, fresh flavor. If we get the white part, that part of the rind, it makes it kind of bitter. So we don't want that. Let me see, how much zest do we need? We need 1/4 of a teaspoon, so we don't need very much. All right, there you go, boys and girls. Is 1/4 probably of a teaspoon. Let me test it and see if I'm right. Yep, there we go, right into our jar. And then we're ready to shake it up and we have our dressing ready to go. Very, very simple, but also very, very flavorful. All right, so what we're going to do is, let's see, I need to add a little bit more lime juice, but we'll see once we get this going. All right, I'm going to take my corn and we're going to add it to the salad bowl that we have right here. So you guys can see. And then, ever so carefully, we are going to pour our salad dressing right on top. Okay, and then we are going to fold carefully. We don't want to be really rough with this salad because we've got tomatoes and avocado in there, but we want to dig to the bottom and fold, so kind of going over the top. Okay, and we want to combine all these ingredients to make a delicious Mexican corn, avocado, and tomato salad. And voila, here it is. Happy Cinco de Mayo, boys and girls. Hope you have a great day.